There was once a wind that carried more than just leaves and seeds. It carried whispers of hope, comfort, and wisdom to those who needed them most. This wind would drift through towns and cities, through forests and fields, always listening for the sound of hearts that were heavy with sorrow or minds that were troubled with worry. The wind's whispers were gentle and soft, like the rustle of silk or the sigh of a contented child. They would speak of courage to those who were afraid, of strength to those who felt weak, and of love to those who felt alone. But most people were too busy to hear these whispers. They rushed through their days with their heads down, their minds filled with their own thoughts and concerns. They didn't have time to listen to the wind, and so they missed the comfort and wisdom it offered. One day, a young girl named Zephyr discovered that she could hear the wind's whispers. She had always loved the sound of the wind through the trees, but now she could understand what it was saying. The wind would tell her stories of faraway places, of people who had overcome great difficulties, and of the simple beauty that existed in every moment. Zephyr began to share the wind's messages with others. She would tell people what the wind had whispered to her, offering them hope when they were discouraged, comfort when they were sad, and wisdom when they were confused. At first, people thought she was strange, talking about messages from the wind. But as they listened to what she had to say, they began to feel better. The wind's whispers seemed to speak directly to their hearts, offering exactly what they needed to hear. Zephyr became known as the wind listener, and people would come to her when they needed guidance or comfort. She would sit quietly, listening to the wind's whispers, and then share its wisdom with those who sought her help. The wind taught Zephyr that the greatest gifts often come in the simplest forms, that wisdom can be found in the most unexpected places, and that sometimes the most powerful healing comes from simply being present and listening. She learned that the wind's whispers weren't just for her, they were for everyone who was willing to slow down, to be still, and to listen with their hearts.